Italian inventor that freaked out the Vatican in the Middle Ages, and that invention was eyeglasses. And the reason why the church freaked out is because with it came the idea that we were improvable, that we didn't have to just simply live with whatever our present circumstance was, that the human body is improvable. And the church is like, God's work is infallible. How dare you say that? And that's kind of been the battle all along, is the question is, can we in fact improve ourselves? And you've got the forces that, well, I mean, going back to the Anunnaki, wasn't that the whole battle between Enki and Enlil? Enki wanted to he wanted to raise us to the level of the Anunnaki in terms of our capability and even to exceed the Anunnaki. Enlil wanted to keep us at the level of slaves and sex objects, deaf, dumb, and blind, stupid, down on the farm, plantation workers, right? Yeah. Which is what still most of the planet is. And what we're challenged with doing is extracting ourselves from that matrix and beginning to plug ourselves into this idea that, wait a minute, I'm in a pupal phase here. We're like the cocoons that are in the process of morphing into the butterfly. I want to go find the butterflies. Show me this model of the next evolved human, because I want to join those guys. I'm sick of crawling around here on the ground as a little caterpillar. I know that what's inside of me is something truly magnificent. And I'm going to take my energy and emotion and focus on releasing that magnificence and follow those guys. And that's what I did in The Secret of Sion, is to say, wait a minute, there's a whole race or tribe of these human beings that have been coming here forever. And they all say the same thing, that we all have this capability within us, and we have got to put ourselves on the path towards awakening that potential. And that, to me, is what this time is about. And I'm very concerned that we don't have a lot of time to be able to do this. I mean, if Ray Kurzweil and some of these singularity theorists are right, we've got less than 25 years, because 25 years from now, we're all going to be, 60% of us are going to be living in cities. We're going to be wired up to a grid. We're going to have the implants in our eyes. We're going to have the new tattoo computers put in our skin. And we're going to be cyborgs. And in my opinion, I don't think a cyborg is going to be in the position to achieve the beaming garment, the garment of light, as like a person without these implants will be able to do. And this is my concern at this time.
So when some people see this as an upgrade, Human 2.0, you see it as a downgrade, actually.
I see it as a prison. I see it absolutely as a trap, as a prison, as just about the last thing that we really want to do. I mean, according to the Gnostics, anyway, their perspective is, I mean, the baseline story for the Stargate wormhole theory and awakening this light body, the beaming garment, is in the story of Adam and Eve. After Eve takes of the fruit of knowledge, the wisdom of the serpent, the Old Testament God Yahweh, who probably equates with Enlil, evicts Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden and does two things. One, creates a gate at the east of Eden, puts a flaming sword in the center of the gate and cherubim on either side, and forbids humankind to re-enter that gate, setting up the whole Stargate metaphor that we're searching for this gate, trying to get back through it. And the second thing he does is what most Judeo-Christians have forgotten about. Yahweh made coats of skin for humanity. Now, the traditional teaching says, oh, those were animal skins. But the esoteric Jewish tradition says, no. When Adam and Eve were in the garden originally, when humanity as a whole were originally in the garden, we were beings of light. And then we're put into, or given our coats of skin. So in a way, our whole job, and the Tibetans teach this exact same thing, our whole job of earth life, our mission, our spiritual mission, is to transcend the skin, to move beyond it. And what I see with the tattoos, the computer tattoos, the implants and all that, is that is just a further entrapment in our skin. What we have to do is just recognize, wait a minute, there's actually a being of light that is within us, and we need to take off the human skin and put on our garment of light once again in order to exit this world.
This is very interesting. Obviously, William, we have much more to discuss. We're going to carry on here a bit later in the next segment. I want to ask you some more things pertinent both to your book, but also your your DVD. In the meantime here, though, as we wrap things up with the first hour, williamhenry.net. That's the website that we urge our listeners to go to find out more, obviously, about your work, you have all your titles and things up there as well. And let's just talk briefly about the latest book and the latest DVD. I guess they go kind of hand in hand. I've seen some excerpts from the DVD, William, and it's really well done in that sense, and it gives also a visual complement, if you will, to the book, correct?
Yes, it does. The book has got over 100 images I've collected from various museums around the world that show this ascension art, that shows this ancient, I call it stargate art, because it's always referencing the idea of the gateway and the transformation that is required to go through that gateway. So the book itself is a wonderful picture book, but when you put the Gnostic text with it as the narrative, it paints this very clear and, I think, compelling picture that there is this advanced race of beings who have transformed themselves into light beings who dwell at the center of the galaxy, and they are coming and going. And if Maya prophecy of 2012 prophecy is right, especially concerning the return of Quetzalcoatl, we're talking about the manifestation of these beings in 2012. That's the part of one of the conclusions in the book, is that Quetzalcoatl is a representative of this tribe of beings.
Wow, that's really interesting. Well, we're going to talk more about that here in the next segment, obviously, as well. Again, the title of the book here is The Secret of Sion, Jesus, Stargate, the Beaming Garment, and the Galactic Core in Ascension Art. And then we have the DVD with the title The Light of Sion. What would you do if you weren't afraid? I like that subtitle, by the way. It's a really good one. WilliamHenry.net, that's the website. Stay with us, William. We'll continue talking